Today we have the Cannon single cab chassis from GWM with a tray. This here is the 4x2 2-liter 8-speed automatic variant, a competitor to something like a Hilux Workmate. Being single cab 4x2 diesel, it is really just, for your tradie, your apprentices, people who really need this just for work, and a good big tray to transport goods and also tools and whatnot. Let's go through the outside, the inside, and a few little cool things about this vehicle. Let's get into it. Starting off from the front, this is the facelifted front grille and the front bumper there. Despite being the entry grade, you still have the fog lights in the front, LED headlights. No 360 camera though, and no parking sensors as well. Those are just blanks. So from a work ute point of view, it is still pretty good, especially when you compare it against something like a Triton entry grade or Hilux entry grade, etc. 18-inch alloy wheels are standard too. And let's walk around to the side. This is a little bit unique. So this is a blind spot camera, only available on the left-hand side for obviously blind spot. So when you're indicating left, the left-hand side vision will come up on the head unit. On the side here, up to the door, this B pillar is exactly the same as the dual cab. It's only this little bit that is different. So from a structure point of view, the front area is just as big as the dual cab, but because of this extra bit, you actually have quite a lot of space over there, which we'll touch on later. Another thing on the entry grade, keyless touch and go, so making it very handy when you have paperwork and whatnot in your hand. You do have the side step as well, which is a little bit unique in its class. Not too many single cabs have this. With the tray here, it is an alloy tray. You've got your standard rails for your straps and whatnot. Something that's a little bit interesting is this new locking mechanism. So that is how you unlock it. Another thing of consideration is the wheelbase. So if you have a look at comparing this wheelbase to the standard dual cab, the back axle has actually been moved back a bit. And if you have a look at the tray, it's pretty much on the middle of the tray, which means it would take the load a lot better. Over 1,000 kilos of payload for the single cab, which is what you want for your tradie GWM mud flaps. This one does have an optional tow bar installed. Rear parking sensors are standard. And that's how it comes down. Not only that, all of these do come off as well. We have taken it off recently, which is why it's missing the little C clip. So as you can see, when you need to load pallets and whatnot, it is pretty easy. I do not know the size of the tray from the top of my head, but I'll just pop it on the screen now for you guys. GWM on the back as well, and reversing camera right at the center, which is very good. The reversing light is just on the one side. On this side is the rear fog light. Fuel filler cap, it's just there. As you see, this is standard, and in fact there are two holes here, one on each side, where you can have like the ladder rack kind of thing that sticks up. If you've purchased this car and you're missing that, double check the glove box. It's most very likely just in the glove box. And that's pretty much it on the outside. This is just a pretty basic, honest Tradies Ute. So they're nothing too fancy, but everything is just super handy. All right, let's check out the inside. Once again, at the entry grade, this is a pretty nice interior. You've got faux leather seats, automatic headlight, automatic high beam, your pedals. So the towing capacity of this is 3.2 tons. When you're at, close to the max capacity, you might as well use those a little bit. There's the DPF manual burn, traction control, headlight adjustment, your lock and unlock, your windows going up and down. And one thing that is pretty good is the storage at the back here. So as you can see, we have some ratchet straps there behind the seat. And as I said, because this design is the same as the dual cab, when you move the seat all the way back, even if you're pretty tall, you should be able to fit seat height adjustment, your back adjustment, and obviously your sliding as well. Let's talk about the practicality in here, which is also pretty good. There's like a little bit of storage area here, little bit of a storage area here, storage area here. This one does not come with the phone charger, but you do have the USB as well as the 12 volt here. On the steering wheel, something a little bit different is going to be this SVC. If we press on it, you'll see it's that blind spot camera that I was referring to earlier. So at the moment, it's been selected to look at the front. So if you prefer to use this to see the side, this is the side, which you can see I've left that open. Or this is the sort of more towards the back and more like your blind spot. Automatic windscreen wipers as well, active cruise control, and as I said, fog lights, auto headlights, and auto high beam as well. The digital cluster up front is pretty good. You've got all your key information and your basic information are all available. This steering wheel is just a standard steering wheel. So on camera, it might look like it's leather, but it's not. So just keep that in mind. You've got a shortcut button here, which I do like to use, especially when you're in CarPlay or whatever. You can select this shortcut to bring you home, which brings you back out to the main page, and then you can adjust your AC and all those other things. Down here, you can see it is definitely the entry model with all these being blank. You still have various drive modes. So normal, sport, eco is what you have. You still have this really cool new feature in the facelifted Cannon, the 12 volt 1, 2, and 3. So the 12 volt 1 is an extra wire just under the bonnet. 2 is under the passenger seat here. 3 is just under the tray along the body chassis rail. As we continue to look across, you can see the AC buttons there, as well as hill descent. This screen here, it's pretty basic. You still have CarPlay and Android Auto. Apart from that, you can preset. So within intelligent driving, these things I definitely prefer to preset like this. Intelligent cornering in particular, it likes to slow you right down when it senses you're in a corner. And front collision warning, I also set it to low as well. Lane keep assist, I tend to switch off and I only leave on emergency lane keep. Warning to set to low. Smart dodge is the one where it's, say there's a truck on your left, smart dodge is going to push you towards the right in your lane a little bit. Overspeed alarm, traffic sign recognition as well. This one I normally have it just above, about 3 or 4 kilometers above, so it doesn't go over every time you say do 61 at a 60 zone. Swipe down, ELK is also an important one that you can have on your menu and switch off very easily if you don't like it. Another reason to switch off ELK is this way, this middle screen is not going to get overtaken by your ADAS and actually show you important information such as tire pressure or your fuel consumption, your trip, etc. fuel consumption has been pretty high for this car, because we recently did a little bit of towing. All right, let's continue looking at some of the other features on the interior. Next one is obviously this here. You have a little tray, you have two cup holders, and a bit of extra storage down there with the AC vent as well. So you can have this area cooled. In the back, there is a little bit of a pocket here. Not sure what you would store there. And another feature is here, a little hook, so you can hook on your little plastic bag or whatever. I do like this texture on the dash as well, and this sort of line and also the outline of the Cannon. This storage area is also pretty handy. I've seen a lot of people store all sorts of pen and whatnot, even your phone, your wallet, paperwork, etc. Glove box is also pretty decent. This is the two rods I was talking about on the top of the tray, so that's where they go. Now, if you're after NCAP safety rating for this vehicle, technically it is unrated, but rest assured, from a structure and everything point of view, this car is a solid car. It has most of the active safety features found in the dual cab as well. These are the optional accessories floor mats. Now let's have a quick look under the bonnet. Despite being entry grade, it still has gas struts for the bonnet. As I said, this is the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine. The performance is 120 kilowatt, and in the beginning there was a little bit of an overheating issue, but since then they've actually upgraded the fan and basically the cooling system to combat that issue. I've been told people have been able to tune and improve the performance as well as the fuel economy on these vehicles. So yeah, did you know that GWM Cannon had a single cab variant? And what do you think? Something to really keep in mind is because of the extra wheelbase, the turning circle is increased compared to the dual cab. So if you constantly do a lot of U-turns and whatnot, you definitely will feel it. But like I said, you know, that extended wheelbase is to avoid things like snapping the chassis, which we've seen in some competitors. But hopefully this has helped you learn a little bit more about the single cab chassis with the GWM Cannon. If you've learned something new today, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And for all things GWM, make sure you follow. Cheers everyone. Have a good one.